Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to an episode of Bull Plays. My name is Bull, and as always, these videos are made possible by the wonderful support of my patrons for my Patreon campaign. If you're interested in checking it out and possibly supporting me as I create more videos along these lines, or some of my creative writing efforts and my game writing efforts, please check out the link in the description below this video. Okay, so RPG Tycoon is a old-school tycoon game, along the lines of Roller Coaster Tycoon or Theme Park Tycoon or whatever. It is available on Steam. The premise of the game is that you're building up a small village in your kingdom, and you are hiring adventurers and sending them on quests, and there are other kingdoms, and you're attempting to build the biggest and the coolest kingdom in the land, I guess. It's pretty straightforward, not too complicated. When you start up a new game, you can see there are a handful of options. You can set up a custom game where you can adjust some of your starting stats, how much gold you get and whatever. There's sandbox mode where you can just build unlimited gold. Everything's unlocked and just go down and have fun. Then there's normal and advanced, which affects the difficulty. There's also hard, which you get once you've beaten the game. I have beaten at least one game of this so far, so I don't know why hard is not unlocked. Maybe I actually need to build. It says any difficulty, but maybe I need to actually beat it on advanced, because I think I just played it on normal. There's a duration, basically 10 years, 25 years, 50 years. At the end of that time, whichever kingdom has the highest score wins the game. You can turn on and off objectives. The objectives, having them on, is nice because they give you goals in the game, help tell you what you need to do, and once you complete a set of goals for each objective, you'll get some gold. You can set up different types of terrain for the background. You can adjust how much ground clutter there is. There's various reasons for the ground clutter, but alright. Options. Go over these real quick. You can adjust the auto saves. Hero recovery. When your character takes damage or builds up fatigue, you can set a certain percentage point, at which point they'll automatically go to the correct building to recover. They'll go home to recover fatigue, or they'll go to the clinic to recover health. Audio visual. Not a whole lot here. You can adjust the game resolution, full screen on and off. Draw distance, but the game is pretty basic. It's pretty low res. So I'm not entirely sure draw distance really has a whole lot of effect. You can turn the audio on and off and adjust the volumes. You can adjust scrolling stuff, and you can remap most of the keys for the shortcuts. It's pretty basic, but you know, it's got enough options there to make some people happy. All right, so we're gonna go back, and we are actually gonna load up a game I've already been playing, Bullville. Alright, so Bullville is currently level 4, and as you can see I have an autosave and a bunch of villagers. Alright, so basically what happens is you are starting to build, you basically build, you're going to want to build buildings. You have to build quarters for your heroes. Once you build quarters for a new hero. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. The placement is a little funky. My mouse, for some reason, doesn't seem to... I don't know if you can see where the little hammer is, but sometimes my placement isn't where it's supposed to be. And so it's a little tricky to get things down. Anyways, you always want to put a path to your buildings, just like the Theme Park Tycoon games. Anyways, you build quarters, and then you can hire a hero. And there's different types of heroes, and they each have different sets of stats. The higher the stats, the better. They also will have more. They will also have between 1 and 3 traits. These traits do a whole bunch of different things, but will affect how fast they gain experience. Sometimes it'll let them heal at the end of quests. Sometimes it'll let them get more loot at the end of quests, and sometimes it'll help them complete quests. However, the better the character is, the more they're going to cost, and the more their initial hiring cost, and the more their monthly upkeep. Generally speaking. So we're going to go ahead and we'll hire Yuna the Caring. Alright. And then you have your hero menu here. And the heroes have health and mana, and these are expended as they go out on adventures. They take damage, they'll use up their mana. They will also earn fatigue as they go out on adventures because they get tired. When their fatigue's high enough, you send them home to rest. When they're taking enough damage, you send them to the clinic to heal. I'm going to send Mark over to the clinic to heal up because I don't know if you can actually permanently lose a character when they die, if they take too much damage. But I don't want to take the chance. Now, the other thing is, much like the theme park, you're not building roller coasters or anything like that. Instead, what you're doing in your town is you're building shops. The more shops you build, the more places your visitors to your town have to go. And after a little while, you can upgrade each of the stores. You can upgrade their stock quality, which means your visitors are more likely to visit there and shop there. Upgrade the stock price, which means that when people visit and buy things there, you get more money. Or you can lower the maintenance price to make it cheaper each month for the store to how much you have to pay each month for the store. However, it does take longer to level up, so I don't usually pick the lower maintenance. Stock quality is your friend. Alright, so Mark is demanding a raise. Periodically, your heroes will demand a raise. They want more money for what they're doing. I almost always decline because they almost always ask for a ridiculous increase in pay. And Mark's not really that good of a hero yet. So I'm going to go down to Mark. I am going to give him an increase because he is currently 35 a month. He is actually a decent, semi-decent character anyways. But heroes have a happiness level. If their happiness level goes too low, they will leave. They'll quit on you. So I'm going to up his pay some. I always try to get it. There we go. So rather than the 105, I'm going to go with 71. But that gets him up into the green, so he's at least a little bit happy. I don't mind shelling out a little bit for my heroes because they are important. They are useful. Alright. So, besides your main town, you also have settlements. Settlements are where your visitors are coming from. These are all part of your kingdom. The happier the settlement is, the more visitors will visit your main town to do shopping and stuff. You can send heroes there, and while the heroes are there, they will make the settlement more happy. They will also reduce the threat level. Periodically, the settlements will get threatened, and the threat level will go up, and once it reaches a certain point, I believe they get attacked. And I'm not entirely sure what happens because I've never actually let that happen in my games. But I think they can actually get destroyed, and you can lose the settlement. So that would be a bad thing. You can also upgrade your settlements. You can get bounty boards. You can get fences and walls, which make it take longer for the threat level to go up. And then you can also buy like marketplaces and guilds. The marketplace earns more happiness, and the guild hall increases the number of followers that the settlement produces. Alright, so the other big thing that you're going to be doing with this game is quests. You have quick quests, which is you send one guy out on a little tiny quest where they just do something interesting. Usually these are little things, like I can go defend against raiders, I can go fight against the beasts, I can scout, check out some ruins, check out a haunting, or run a delivery for the post office. These are, like I said, you send one character out on these. They don't take very long. However, when you do them, You can choose up to 6 supplies. And as a note, your starting quests are random. You'll start with 4, and you will get more. More will unlock through various activities in the game. You can research them, you can find them through questing, etc., etc. As you unlock them, you'll get more options and more things to do. So you choose that. Now you have supplies. You'll start out with 12 random supplies of a list of, I think there's 30 total. Yeah, actually there's 30 total. I currently have 21 unlocked. Now the trick to this is for these quests, there are up to 6 supplies. The quests will require specific supplies, anywhere from I think 3 to 6 supplies. But they also have to be in a certain order. So you might need camping materials as 1, you might need books as 2, religious texts as 3, stationery as 4, climbing gear as 5. And then you can put whatever you want into 6 because it doesn't matter. You always have to fill out 6 even if the quest doesn't require 6. However, let me see, combo history. Alright, so you can see here what I've done in the past. I've run it 3 times so far. The only one I've gotten right is camping gear. You can see that's blue. All the ones that are listed in red are ones that are not required for this quest. And the camping gear, being blue, it shows that it's the right supply but in the wrong place. So the more of the supplies you match up and the correct spot you put them in, the better the quest rewards are at the end of it. So you kind of want to match them up as best as possible. You can kind of use your combo history and play mix and match and figure it out. There's also a couple of websites out there you can go to that will tell you exactly what supplies you need for what quests. Now the other type of quests you can run are epic quests. And these ones you assign multiple heroes to. They have different types of approaches. You can do normal, you can do aggressive, careful, planned, or relaxed. Depending on your character's stats. So for example, like this guy's got a high speed and a high charisma. He's got a really high strength and decent creativity, but not much else. High charisma, high intelligence, high creativity. And I said decent charisma, decent intelligence. So relaxed is best for characters with social characteristics. Planned is good for well-constructed strategies. So you want intelligent characters for this. Careful is probably for more creative and logical characters, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked up exactly how these approach. We're going to go relaxed, though, because we have a couple of characters with decent charisma. And then you can choose to go tame, mediocre, and eventually, as you get to higher levels, you can unlock average, heroic, and epic. So you send them out, and eventually they'll walk out of your town. And we're going to go ahead and speed things up a bit. So now, down here, it's showing you how they're doing. Obviously, the more of the green goods you get, the better it is. I think that gives you better rewards at the end of it, more XP and more gold. However, for the quests, for the first couple of quests, you'll get one spot in the middle where you'll get a basically a choice of what you want to do. So it gives you this little description, and then you get a couple of options. I can open the tomb, or I can map out the location of the tomb. You choose what type of you think your party's best at. I'm not entirely sure. Because again, I'm not entirely sure how these match up to some of the characteristics and stats. We're going to map it out. So my target number is 35. The target's always the same. It depends on how difficult the quest is. Each of your character will get at least one roll of a number between 1 and 12. However, if they have the appropriate stat they're using, which it doesn't tell me what stat it is, unfortunately. If their stat number is high enough, they will get additional rolls, and sometimes some characters will have a trait that will give them a bonus. So, like, he's got a 46, so he's only getting 1 roll. I'm not doing great so far. I've only got 3 guys left, and I need 24 points. 79. She's got strategist, though. She gets an extra. Nice. And she rolled high on both of those, so that's going to help. So I have 2 characters left, so as long as I can get 3 points out of 2 characters, I'm okay. Let's get 1 roll, 2. Alright. So she's going to get at least a 1. Alright, she got a 3. So I made my target number. That means I get a success, I gain experience, I'll get something, and then because one of my characters has a collector, as a trait, they get a bonus, I get bonus loot drops. And then we'll speed things up to get to the end of the quest. Alright, so I didn't do too bad. So, the characters will get XP. They will also get experience points in epic quests. If you run quick quests, they'll get experience both in quick quests and the specific quest type. Basically, that means their level mastery gives them better XP and stuff, get better bonuses and stuff for completing those type of quests. So I got 157 gold. I gained some followers, and I got some loot. So we're going to finish up, and we're going to go over to here. I got the Shield of Ambience and the Shield of Old. Alright. And so what you want to do is you basically want to take a look at the stat bonuses that the items give you. You want to take a look at the stat bonus that the items give you, and compare them to what's equipped, and see if they can go. So right now, Mark has that. And the rifle is pretty crappy. 6.6.3. So let's see. Oh, Mark can't use a shield, though, so we're not going to bother with that. We got some armor, no armor. And we got a paper, which unlocks a new quest type, so I unlocked Ambassador. And I got a map. Maps give you a new settlement. So now I have a new settlement, but it's unclaimed. So now what I want to do is I want to send a character out to that settlement to claim it. While he's doing that, like I said, you have shops. Your shops are going to make you the money. Frankly, that is where you get the bulk of your money in this game. You'll notice I have a lot of shops set up here. You get more money from the shops than from anything else. So load up on shops. Get a nice variety of shops, so you have a lot of different types. There are several types. You got accessory stores, which sell, you have stores that sell goods, so accessories, weapons, etc. You have stores that sell food, and stores that sell drink. And then there's also, where's the inn? And restores adventurers' energy. So it's a good idea to have a mix of all of these types as much as possible throughout your village to give your visitors a lot of options. We're going to fast forward through this because I'm going to show you the village thingy, and then we're going to be done. This is just a quick. You will sometimes get random events that will happen. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. In this case, we have freak weather. It's damaging the buildings, so it increases the maintenance for a little while. You can also, I need to toggle this on, you can also expand your kingdoms by purchasing additional land masses. And that gives you more room to build and more room to put things in. The clutter that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that you can adjust when you start a new settlement. The clutter, that's like these rocks, and this water, and these trees and stuff. The more clutter there is, the more that stuff will be there. These count as decorations. They give you some points towards your what your village looks like, and how much your characters like the village. However, they give you very little, and they take up space that you can't build there. So generally speaking, I will demolish those, put in my buildings, and then when I have space left over, like I had a couple lines here that just didn't line up. So I threw some statues in there, because those statues give much more attractiveness than these rocks, for example. And as you level up, you'll get better and better decorations, so eventually you'll be replacing things so that you're getting more attractiveness per square, so to speak. So, okay. So, we have got Raymond Reach. However, it is not a settlement yet, so we want to build an outpost. So we'll send a character there to build an outpost. And that will take 20 days, so they'll go off and they'll do that for a little while. One of the other things you can do is research. You'll build a library, and then as you go, you can get more and more books. Each book allows you to do one research project, or you can put multiple books on the same research project to make it take a little less time. There is a research project you can do that gives you a better return for each book you put in, but honestly, like, it takes 80 days, but I put one more book in, and it takes 74. So I'm only saving 6 days. So honestly, you're better off, in my opinion, to set up more than one research project at once. Always have a research project running because it doesn't cost you anything, and it does take a significant amount of time to do this or do the projects. And you can do all kinds of things, like I can add more books, attractiveness takes longer to decay, I can get more quests, quest types and supplies, I can lower the maintenance of buildings, adding more books to research has better effect, that's the one I was just talking about. That one's crap in my opinion. Lowers the time needed to research or upgrades, that's useful. Faster recovery is very useful. Adding market slots and stuff, those are all useful. So honestly, you always want to be researching at least one thing. Research as much as you can, as often as you can. Alright, and that's the basics of the game. It's fun. I wouldn't say it's a... I think it's like $10 on Steam, although it's on sale fairly often, I believe. I'm pretty sure that I ended up picking it up for $5 a while back. So, it's a fun game if you like the tycoon/builder type games like this, these management games. It's a lot of fun. You're probably not going to play it a ton. I mean, this isn't a game that I'm going to put hundreds of hours in. So definitely look for it on a Steam sale if you're looking to pick it up. But it's not bad. I enjoyed it. It was worth some time, and it's worth putting a few hours into. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, please click like, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And, hey, we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.